Power jerk, squat jerk, split jerk. 3 options for performing the jerk. Let's quickly cover the advantages of each so you can decide which version you should be performing. First up, the power jerk. The power jerk starts with the bar resting on the delts. The bar is accelerated upward using a short dip and bounce, and the lifter then receives the bar overhead, locking it out in a partial depth squat position. When you hear power, think partial squat. They both begin with the letter P, so it's rather handy. The advantage of a power jerk is that it's the simplest of the 3 landing positions. You don't need to have or develop the flexibility needed for a squat jerk, and your feet hardly travel at all as they land back in a squat width stance, whereas in a split jerk your feet travel a very considerable distance. For these reasons, the power jerk is often used as an intermediate step when learning either the split jerk or the squat jerk. Next up, the squat jerk. The squat jerk starts with the bar resting on the delts. The bar is accelerated upward using a short dip and bounce, and the lifter then receives the bar overhead, locking it out in a full depth squat position. The advantage of a squat jerk is that it has the lowest receiving position of the 3 jerks, which helps in terms of lifting heavier loads, since you don't have to get the bar as high before locking it out as you do in a power jerk or a split jerk. The disadvantages of a squat jerk are twofold. First, it requires excellent flexibility to receive the bar in what is essentially a relatively narrow grip overhead squat position. Second, the squat jerk provides less front-to-back stability than the split jerk and is thus very unforgiving of bar path deviations. Lastly, the split jerk. The split jerk starts with the bar resting on the delts. The bar is accelerated upward using a short dip and bounce, and the lifter then receives the bar overhead, locking it out with the feet in a split position. In other words, one foot positioned in front of the torso and the other foot positioned behind the torso. The advantages of a split jerk are threefold. First, depending on the length of the split, you can receive the bar at a lower position than that of a typical power jerk, although not as low as a squat jerk. Second, you don't need to have or develop the flexibility needed for a squat jerk. And third, it has better front-to-back stability than either a power jerk or a squat jerk due to the positioning of the feet. For these reasons, the split jerk is the most common type of jerk that you'll typically see, whether in training or competition. As always, we hope this helps you get stronger and live better.